Hey everyone, welcome back. If you're planning to upgrade your lawn this year, or you've already made some changes you're not quite happy with, this video is going to save you some serious money and headaches. I'm going to walk you through the 10 lawn features that sound like brilliant investments when you're researching them online or looking at Instagram, but they turn into absolute nightmares within months of installation. I've been managing properties and consulting on landscaping for over 15 years, and I've seen these same mistakes repeated over and over again. The sad part? Most of them are completely preventable. Let's get straight into it. Number 10. The all-in-one lawn conversion without a plan. This one kills me because I see it constantly. Someone decides to completely transform their lawn overnight. They rip out the old grass, install new sod, add ornamental features, and think they're done. But here's what nobody tells you about instant lawn transformations. Your soil hasn't been prepared. The underlying structure hasn't been assessed. You've just laid down expensive grass on a foundation that might not support it. 6 months later, you're dealing with dead patches, uneven settling, and grass that won't establish properly. The moisture isn't draining right. The soil pH is wrong. The compaction is terrible. Instead of one beautiful lawn, you have an expensive patchwork disaster. The right approach: don't rush it. Spend 3 to 4 weeks preparing your soil before you lay any sod. Test it, amend it, let it settle. The grass that goes down on properly prepared ground will last years longer than grass rushed into place. Take your time in spring or fall when conditions are optimal. Your future self will thank you. Number 9. Drainage systems that miss the bigger picture. Everyone talks about drainage being important, so homeowners install French drains, add swales, put in surface channels. They check the box, thinking they've solved the problem. But most people don't think about what happens after the water leaves their lawn. Where does it go? Does it flood their neighbor's yard? Does it create erosion issues downhill? Does it just move the problem somewhere else? I worked with a client who installed a beautiful drainage system that worked perfectly for their property. 3 weeks later, their neighbor called complaining about standing water appearing in their backyard after every rain. The water wasn't disappearing. It was just being diverted. That's when my client realized the whole system needed to be redesigned with the broader neighborhood context in mind. The smart solution: before you install any drainage, map out where the water goes beyond your property line. Consider your neighbors. Consider the natural water flow of the area. Work with a drainage professional who understands the bigger picture, not just your immediate lawn. A drainage system that creates someone else's problem is a drainage system that will eventually create yours too. Number 8. Monoculture lawns in changing climates. The traditional manicured lawn with nothing but one type of grass looks perfect. It's uniform, it's clean, it's also incredibly fragile. If that single grass species doesn't like the conditions that year, your entire lawn suffers. Too wet, too dry, temperature swings. One bad season and you're looking at major More importantly, you're fighting nature constantly. You're watering to keep one species happy when 5 other species would thrive with minimal intervention. You're spending money and resources fighting against your local climate instead of working with it. What works instead: create biodiversity in your lawn. Mix in native grasses, clover, small flowering plants. Yes, it won't look like a golf course, but it will be resilient. It will handle dry spells better. It will handle wet spells better. It will cost less to maintain, and honestly, it looks better in a natural way. The lawn you see in those magazines, it requires constant maintenance, constant inputs, constant attention. The diverse lawn, it takes care of itself. Number 7. Automatic sprinkler systems without zoning. I see this mistake probably twice a month. Someone installs an underground sprinkler system to eliminate watering concerns. Great idea. Execution: terrible. They put everything on one zone, running at the same time, with the same spray heads, same duration, same everything. The result is predictable. The shady corner stays soggy, the sunny patch dries out, the clay soil area floods, the sandy area drains too fast. Different parts of your lawn need different amounts of water, but the system treats everything the same. You end up with an inconsistent lawn despite having a system specifically designed to create consistency. The correct installation: always, and I mean always, zone your sprinkler system. Shade zones separate from sun zones. Slope areas separate from flat areas. Plant beds separate from grass areas. Each zone gets customized to what it actually needs. Yes, it costs more upfront. You'll recoup that in water savings and in actually having a healthy, consistent lawn within the first season. Number 6. Cheap fertilization programs. This is where homeowners get seduced by the marketing. Someone offers them a budget fertilization program. 5 treatments a year for less than you'd spend on coffee. How could you say no? So they say yes, and their lawn gets the bare minimum inputs spread thinly across the year. What they don't realize is that cheap programs often use poor quality fertilizers that don't break down properly. They're using generic blends that don't match your soil profile. They're not timing applications to your specific grass growth cycle. Your lawn gets the appearance of care without actually getting what it needs. The intelligent approach: get a soil test done. Spend $100 learning what your lawn actually needs. Then build a fertilization program around those specific requirements. A targeted program with fewer but more strategic applications will outperform a cheap, generic program every time. You're not just feeding grass, you're feeding soil biology, adjusting pH, building organic matter. Number 5. Ornamental features without maintenance plans. People install water fountains, rock features, decorative planting beds, and all sorts of ornamental elements because they look amazing. The problem: they have no plan for ongoing maintenance. That fountain breaks down, those plants get overgrown. The rocks sink into the lawn. What looked like an investment in beauty becomes an eyesore that costs money to remove or rehabilitate. The practical approach: before you install any ornamental feature, have a maintenance plan written out. How often does it need attention? What's involved? What's the cost? If you can't commit to maintaining it, don't install it. A well-maintained, simple lawn beats a neglected lawn with ambitious features every single time. Number 4. Artificial turf with hidden costs. The marketing is seductive. Never mow again. Always green. Perfect appearance forever. What the marketing doesn't show you is what happens in year 3 when the turf starts looking tired, the infill gets compacted, and the seams start showing. What it also doesn't show you is the heat. Artificial turf gets hot enough to burn feet in summer. Kids can't play on it comfortably. Dogs get burned paws. There's also the environmental cost: plastic microfibers shedding into your soil and local waterways. The cost of replacement when it degrades. The reality is that artificial turf isn't a one-time investment. It requires replacement every 7 to 10 years, which gets expensive fast. The alternative: a well-designed natural lawn with realistic expectations actually costs less over time and looks better. If you hate mowing, plant a naturalistic meadow garden with grasses and native flowers. Set a mowing height so you're maintaining it rather than manicuring it. The low-maintenance natural option beats the high-cost artificial option almost every time. Number 3. Weed control programs that ignore root causes. People spend thousands on weed control services, and the weeds keep coming back because nobody's addressing why the weeds are there in the first place. Weeds aren't the problem, they're the symptom. They're showing you that something's wrong with your lawn. Maybe it's soil compaction, maybe it's poor drainage, maybe it's that your grass is too thin to outcompete them. If you treat the symptom without treating the cause, you're paying for permanent maintenance. You're on a treadmill of constant chemical or manual weed control forever. The real solution: get a lawn health assessment. Figure out why the weeds are dominating. Is it soil compaction? Aerate. Is it thin grass? Overseed with appropriate varieties. Is it poor soil? Improve it. Once the grass is healthy and competitive, weeds become a minor issue instead of a major one. Number 2. Instant lawn without establishment time sod gives you instant lawn, and that's tempting. But instant comes with a catch. That sod was grown in different conditions than your property. It's going through transplant shock right now. It needs consistent moisture for weeks as those root systems establish. Most people don't provide that, and the result is sod that never truly establishes. It survives, but never thrives. I've seen sod installed in early summer that just never recovered from the stress. The person thought they could treat it like established lawn immediately. They couldn't. The sod failed because the establishment period wasn't respected. The right way: if you go with sod, commit to the establishment period. Daily watering for the first week. Regular watering for the next 3 to 4 weeks. This costs you time and water, but it's non-negotiable. Or choose seeding instead, which is slower but creates deeper roots and better long-term lawn. Number 1. The comparison trap. This is the biggest one, and it's not really a feature, it's a mindset. People compare their lawn to their neighbor's lawn, to the lawn they saw in a magazine, to Instagram lawns maintained by professionals with unlimited budgets. They see the comparison as failure. So they desperately try to catch up with expensive solutions, quick fixes, and shortcuts. The reality is that perfect lawns are maintained through consistent effort, appropriate inputs, and honest management of expectations. Your lawn doesn't need to look like a sports field. It needs to look healthy and fit your lifestyle. The actual solution: set realistic expectations, maintain consistency, accept that grass is seasonal. Embrace the character of your specific lawn. Stop chasing perfection and start building something sustainable that you can actually maintain long-term. If you've already made some of these mistakes, don't panic. Most are fixable with time and a strategy adjustment. The key takeaway here is simple. Slow down, plan before you execute, and remember that your lawn is supposed to make you happy, not stress you out. What's the biggest lawn mistake you've already made? Drop it in the comments. I read every single one. If this helped you avoid an expensive mistake, hit that like button and subscribe for more honest landscaping advice. Thanks for watching.